Hey everyone! The last two hybrids I designed were pretty detail heavy, so it was nice to do a simpler design again. But even though this design isn't quite so patterned as my last two, I think it still turned out really nicely. So this is Striker. He's a Hivewing-Skywing cross, so lots of lovely warm tones to work with. Hivewings and Skywings don't have a ton of differences either, other than horns and wings, so it was a fairly easy design as far as the line art went. In fact, if not for the Hivewing wings he inherited from his mother, he'd probably be able to pass for a full-blooded Skywing. At least until you realized he doesn't have any fire. So, Striker is a mercenary. He travels Pentala and Pyria alike, taking work wherever he can find it. Striker is very pragmatic and unemotional. A lot of times when he meets others, he comes off as grumpy, but he's not particularly disposed to come into new meetings angry. He's just not one to dredge up the emotional energy needed to fix his face most of the time. He got unlucky with how his genetics shook out. He didn't really get any powers from either of his tribes. He can't breathe fire like a Skywing, and he didn't inherit any Hivewing powers either. Though his tail is shaped like a stinger, he doesn't have any venom. And this was a sore spot for him when he was younger, but he doesn't mind as much now that he's an adult. Striker is plenty dangerous without fire or venom, and he spent years training with other weapons. It doesn't matter to Striker where or who he works for, as long as they pay on time. He'll take any job, and he's known for agreeing to contracts other dragons pass up. At first, his willingness to take on any work has led some to believe Striker is simply heartless. It's an easy assumption to make, since he tends to be fairly unemotive and closed off. However, Striker is very fair. He's careful to avoid prejudice, and refusing to make judgment calls on his work makes his life a lot easier. He fights who he's paid to fight, kills who he's paid to kill, and steals what he's paid to steal. It doesn't really matter to him. He treats others fairly as long as they do the same. His favorite weapon is his father's knife, which he keeps with him at all times. He also has a medallion that belonged to his mother. These are Striker's solitary two sentimental concessions. The rest of his belongings are very practical and useful. He doesn't visit his family very often, but as per his mother's request, he does make the effort to come back. Once a year, always at the same time, he returns home and spends 3 days with his family. He bears this chore with dignity, like a good son. Why is this return visit so hard on poor Striker? Well, he has 8 younger siblings, all Hive-Sky hybrids like he is. And in a family that large, with unpredictable powers and some big personalities, it tends to be a non-stop adventure all the time. Striker tends to handle his adventures with extreme violence. Sadly, this is not an acceptable solution for dealing with the younger dragonettes. His mother would not approve. This design came together really easily while I was working on it, from the backstory to the coloration to the accessories. I think it's so cool when that happens. It's like the art is talking to me while I'm drawing, telling me what type of dragon this is. I was really trying to keep this design pretty minimalist considering how busy the last few designs have been, so I added some dark red stripe markings to help point to Hivewing and then pretty much called it good. I did use the accessories to spice up his colors a little, since brown and gold are sort of the high and low end of the red-orange color palette. I actually think Striker is really pretty, like in a delicate sort of way. And I don't know why, but the color gradient paired with the wings makes me think of lilies. I almost named him Tiger Lily and went in a very different direction with his backstory. He was going to be a prince. But then I was like, isn't it kind of funny if the logical, stoic assassin who's hunting you down is also, like, super good looking? It made me laugh. Anyhow, that's about it. This hybrid design was super easy and came together very fast, so like I said, that was nice for once. Also, it's been a while since I've worked with a really nice warm color palette, and I love the fire tone colors I got to play with for him. If you're interested in making a bid on Striker, I'm auctioning the character off on my DeviantArt until noon tomorrow, and there's a link in the description that'll take you to that page so you can see the art. Also in the description are links to my Patreon, where you can get early access to videos and exclusive content, as well as my store and my Redbubble, both places you should check out if you want to buy merch and support me. If you enjoyed this video, I do have lots of other design videos up. I'm trying to work my way through all the hybrids, so one pairing at a time. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a blessed day.
Strength driving me crazy.